Okay, fine. So thank you so much for joining this session. It's a demo session now. Okay, for the SAP ABAP, and I would like to introduce myself. So my name is Yogesh More, and I'll be your trainer for next 2.5 or 3 months. We can consider, and I have a 7 point almost 8 years of experience. We can consider as a SAP ABAP consultant, and I have a good exposure with the advanced technologies. One second. So I have a 7 hour around 8 years of experience we can consider, and in a training actually almost 3 years of experience I have in a training. So that's it from my end, and I would like to introduce yourself as well. So just give me your name and what you are doing now, your occupations and all these things. Let's start with 1 second. Okay, let's start with Aditi. What you are doing and what is your education and Aditi. Okay, let's start with the Darshana. Okay, Sakshi. Audible to Sakshi, Rushali. Yeah, Sakshi. Yeah. Sorry, you are not audible actually. Yes, Rushali. Okay, great, great, good. Okay, fine. And Aditi. Sorry, I'm audible to you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Last year student. Okay, fine. And okay. And Batu Patil, right? I'm pronouncing correctly, right? Okay. Yeah, please. Okay, good, good. Hi, Ashwini. So it's a introduction session now. So would you like to introduce yourself and what you're doing now, Ashwini? Yeah, Ashwini. Your education and just tell me us. BSc graduation. Okay. You're working or not? Sure, fine. No problem. Okay, so let's start with the session. Okay. Basic about the SAP ABAP. Okay. So let's start with the today's agenda. So let's start with the introduction of a ERP, and after that the introduction of SAP models which are available in a SAP, and after that we go with the SAP ABAP. What exactly the SAP ABAP it is, right? So let's start with the first one. What is ERP? Okay. See, the ERP, maybe some of the people know about this. So ERP is nothing but a enterprise resource planning. Okay, what is mean by this? Actually, enterprise is nothing but your companies. Okay, it's a company, like a company. The resources, for example, the manpower is there, and some of the materials, all these things, right? These are the resources of the companies, correct? And the planning. So planning is nothing but your how exactly you are planning to uh, manage your company. So that is nothing but your planning. So this is nothing but your ERP, enterprise resource planning, right? Okay. So see, the ERP is nothing but it's a business software we can consider. Actually, it's a business software. It's a business suite we can say that. So which is handle all the processes in the companies. Okay, whatever the processes, see the multiple departments we have in a companies, correct? There is a sales, distribution, and there is a material management over there in a SAPs, right? Normally if you say here, means there is a sales department, and after that they have a finance departments are there, right? HR departments are there, so many of departments are there. So the managing of all these departments in a companies, so we require the ERP for that. It's nothing but your enterprise resource planning, right? So for that, actually we have a two types in a ERP. That is a decentralized and the centralized. Okay, so decentralized is nothing but have a individual database. Actually we will see in a next slide actually what exactly it is. And the centralized, we can say it's a single database to the all the departments which are connected with the single database, we can say. Okay, so let's go with the next slide. See, it's a simple example of a ERP system. It's a decentralized ERP system, right? So if you see here, there is a multiple departments in a company. It's a one of the company, and they have a multiple departments. If you see here, there is a sales, inventory, production planning, finance, HR, shop floor execution, right? And there are some third party also. There is a vendors, okay, which is providing some of the materials, raw materials to the companies, right? Suppose uh, some of the customers wants to buy some laptops, okay, into their companies. There is a one company, and they are manufacturing the laptops, and one of the customers comes to that particular, we can say, the company, and he said that I want some requirement, I have some requirement to for the some of the 50 laptops. Okay, so sales department which is having the less numbers of the information about the we can say the data which is available in the system, because every department which is connected with the uh, one second, departments are connected with in a separate database layer, right? So the sales department don't have a update about the inventory, means the inventory which is having the raw materials, the laptops are available or not, all this information which is available in a inventory department, right? Suppose there is a lack of communications happened in this particular, we can say, the centralized ERP system, right? Because of the separation of a database system, correct? So every department which is connected with the separate database, so because of that they are not able to connect with each other, and they are not updated with the data which is already available in the system, right? Which is, suppose there is a laptops 50, the customer requires the 50 laptops, right? But in a inventory they have only the 50, sorry, the only the 30 laptops which are available for the sale, right? So that time the sales department again connect with the inventory departments. So the inventory departments, they don't have that much of requirement, so that much of materials, that much of products which is not available, right? So they have a 30 laptops which is available for the sales only, and the 20 laptops which is having the shortage, right? And after that the inventory department say that we can manufacture that laptops by using the shop floor execution. There is a shop floor execution, there is nothing but a factory actually, where they manufacturing all the whatever the products For example, in our example we have a laptops, right? After the manufacturing they will update to the sales departments, and after that they come to the customers. So it's taking too much of time. Because of that the customer want to take too much of time. They have a always hurry about the taking the laptops and all these things, right? They have a urgent requirement for the 50 laptops, so they will not wait too much of time to communicating the each other and all these things, and after that they will deliver to that particular customer. So it's a taking too much of time and the loss of revenue, we can say that, because the customer can't wait for that too much of time, right? So this is nothing but a decentralized. And let's go with the next. Actually it's nothing but a centralized ERP system. See, it's a simple diagram, we can say that all the departments which are connected with the single database level, right? So the always the sales person again check with the database, and they have a update about the all the materials, all the products which are available in the inventory, right? So because they are sharing the databases, all the data with the sales department, finance, HR, shop floor, and production planning as well, right? So the communication way with the customers and with the in between the the departments, it's very fast, right? So it's a centralized. Because of that it's sharing all the information with the all the departments. So if the customer comes again and yeah, we have a centralized ERP system, then they will get, and always they are happy with that, because they will take whatever the requirement they have. There is 50 laptops are there required, so they will directly update it. We have a 30 laptops which is available, and we are going to manufacture the 20 laptop for you, and they are happy with that, and they will connect it with the sales department, right? So it's we can say it will improve the revenue of the company, right? So because of that they will go with the centralized ERP system. Now see, actually SAP also introduced in a centralized ERP system only. So SAP also use the centralized ERP system. So because of that it's very fast to communicate with the clients, right? Clear है, right? समझ में आ रहा है? It's an easy one. Fine. Okay, let's start with the next. Okay, so now let's start with the SAP. What exactly the SAP is? Okay, so SAP is nothing but your system application product in database in a data processing actually. Okay, system application product in data processing. See, actually SAP was introduced in early 1972 actually. That time they have only introduced for the finance related some of the accounts, okay, and now they have a almost 80% of market which is covered by the SAP only. 80% of company they are using the SAP, right? So if you see here, there is a SAP introduced in 1972 by the former IBM employees. Okay, so SAP is nothing but a ERP system, and it's a business suite. We can say that. Okay, this is a collections of modules. Collections of modules. They have a uh, collection of models, we can say that, but they have a, we can say, uh, the ability to maintain manage all these departments of the companies. Okay, so because of that we called as a SAP business unit. Okay, fine. So now we have in SAP we have a two main models. Normally we can say it's a two main models. So firstly it's a technical modules, and the second one is a functional modules. Okay, technical is nothing but we can say as a ABAP is a technical model. Okay, because where we can create the applications, new applications, enhance the applications, right? So this is nothing but your technical models. If you see here, there is a technical ABAP is also one of the technical models. and there is some examples: basis, pi, bw, ux, right? So these are nothing but your technical modules. Okay, and about the functional modules, if you see here, second, sorry. Functional module is nothing but your SD, FICU, and PP, and all these things. Okay, so these are the uh, sub-functional modules, we can say that. is nothing but material management, sales distribution, finance and controlling, and there is a production planning is there. Okay, so many of things actually. Functional. So what does the means the role of these functional and technical? Okay. Firstly, go with the functional. See, there is a client. We have one of the client, for example, it's a company. Okay. So the functional guy, it will take the requirement from the client, whatever the requirement they have to implement the SAP into their system, right? And it will prepare the one document. Is nothing but your functional specification, whatever the requirement they have, client which is provided, right? So that is documented in our one of the document, that is a functional specification, FS we can normally call it. Okay, so after that the functional person will hand over this functional specification to the technical person. Okay, that is a ABAP. For example, the client required to create one of the report, is one of the application, right? All the information which is given in this functional specification, and after that they will hand over to this technical person. That is a, for example, there is a ABAP. Okay, and after that ABAPer can start the whatever the development which is mentioned in the functional specification. Okay, and after the development they will create the technical specification document, whatever the development they have done by the ABAPer, so they will prepare one technical specification document over there. Okay, so this is the role of the technical and the functional. Actually functionally we can say the intermediate between the client and the technical person. Okay, समझा फाइन है, राइट? समझ में आ रहा है? वृशाली एंड अक्षी, राइट? अश्विनी, ओके फाइन. चलो नेक्स्ट. See, actually we have two types. One second. In a SAP, so there is a ECC and there is a S4HANA. Okay, so ECC system is nothing but your SAP system, and which is connected with the RDBMS database layer. Okay, SQL database layer, right? And if you go with the S4 HANA, is nothing but ECC plus HANA database. Okay, is nothing but your S4 HANA system, right? Okay, let's go to the next slide now. Okay, let's come to the ABAP. Because of that we are here, right? So ABAP, what is ABAP? ABAP is nothing but your advanced business application programming language. Okay, so ABAP is nothing but your application programming language, which is SAP's own system language. We can say that all the SAP which is developed in a ABAP only. Okay, so SAP's own language is nothing but your ABAP language, right? Normally the ABAP which is used to create the business applications, right? Actually ERP which is useful for the companies, right? For that they running their businesses. So because of that the ABAP introduced over here to create the business applications for them. So because of that, so it will create the business applications, and also there are some standard applications also which is already available in a SAP, right? And I want to add some extra functionality into standard applications, right? So that time also we require the ABAP, right? So that is the third point, we can say the enhancing the existing business application also we can do by using the ABAP. And the last one is ABAP is covered in RICEF W. Okay, RICEF W we can say. So see the RICEF means what? The R is nothing but your report. Okay, report is nothing but we can say it's a presentation of a data in tabular format. Tabular format means there is an in a table format. Okay, and I is nothing but your interface. Suppose I want to connect, I want to interact with the non-SAP system to SAP or SAP to SAP as well. So that time we should to go with the interface. If you see here, there is a one of the example function models are there. BAPI also we can use as an interface. And the third one is C. C is nothing but your convergence. Convergence means suppose I have a data in my local system. Okay, I want to upload that particular data to the SAP system. Right, so that time we should to go with the convergence. It's nothing but your BDC is there and BAPI also is there. Okay, BDC is nothing but batch data communication, and BAPI is nothing but your business application programming interface. Okay, we have the types actually. Now after comes to the E. E is nothing but your enhancement, right? As we discuss about this, enhancing the existing business application, right? The same thing we done by using the enhancement. We have a multiple types: body, user exit, customer exit, menu exit are there. Okay, so many of things we can do by using the enhancement. Suppose I want to add some extra functionality into our SAP existing application, so that time we go with the enhancement, right? Form is nothing but your invoices. Suppose if you know about that, means suppose I have ordered some of the items from the Flipkart or Amazon, right? When you receive that particular parcel, they provide some bill also there, right? So that invoices over there actually. So that invoices, that types of invoices we can create by using the forms. Okay, normally we use the forms is nothing but your smart forms and Adobe forms are there. Okay, in our uh, in our course actually we uh, covering the smart forms only, not the Adobe forms. Okay, these are the types actually. So we always go with the smart forms actually. And now come to the last one is nothing but your workflow. It not cover in our course actually. It's a different one. So for example, let me tell you that one of the examples. Suppose I am in a company and I want to apply the leave by using the workflow. Okay, workflow is nothing but it's a process. For example, I am applying. There is a one application and I am applying the leave for the day. Okay, and that request go to my manager, right? So that flow actually based on the my conditions, whatever the reason, based on that reason my manager will approve or reject it, right? So in a SAP also the same, we can say the concept, that is nothing but a workflow where we can trigger the emails to particular vendors or whatever the customers, and after that they will give the input as per the requirement, right? So this is the ABAP actually, which is covered in a RICAFW. If you covered all these types, means the RICAF, then you have completed the ABAP course. Okay, so we are covering all these topics over there. And now comes to the SAP architectures. Okay, so we have a SAP architectures actually, two-tier architectures and three-tier architectures. Let's come to the next slide now. See, okay, it's a simple diagram. We can say it's a two tier means a real-time two-tier architectures. That is absoluted, which is not used by the SAP now. Okay, earlier they were using, but now it's a absoluted. Okay, but you should to know about the two-tier architecture. So now database layer, if you see here there is a two servers, okay, two layers actually, and two tiers, one tier and second tier, right? In a single tier which is clubbed in a single database, we can say in a single server they install the database layer as well as the application layer. Okay, it's just like a server we can consider. So it's a server which is having the database layer plus application layer as well. Okay, and which is connected with the presentation layer. It's a separate presentation layer we have. It's nothing but your SAP GUI. We can connect with the system. It's nothing but your SAP GUI layer. It's a presentation layer. Means we can connect with the data, right? We can see the data and all these things. Okay. So this is nothing but your two-tier architectures. What exactly it is now? So let's come to the next slide. See, now this is nothing but your three-tier architectures. Okay. The real-time three-tier architectures means what? See, if you see here, there is a database layer. It's a separate database layer, right? Separate server and application server, which is having a separate server, and the presentation server also the separate, right? So let's come to the database layer. What is the database layer means actually? See, the database layer means where the data actually going to store. Okay, whatever the data in a SAP system which are stored in our database layer, right? And after that come to the application layer. See, whatever the operations and the execution of a programs, calculations, right? All this happened in our application layer, which are connected with the database layer as well as connected with the presentation layer. So presentation layer is nothing but our SAP GUI, okay, graphical user interface. It's an intermediate between these two, right? It's the application layer. Okay, so this is nothing but your two-tier and three-tier architectures of a SAP. Okay, let's come to the next slide now. Okay, see, that is the very important now. If you start with the SAP ABAP, right? So we have a T codes. T codes is nothing but your command. Okay. So let me go with the system now. You will get all this access when you enroll with the okay. 1 second. System. Fine. Okay. So this is nothing but your SAP GUI, right? So it's a first page of your SAP, right? And the SAP which is developed in a ABAP language only. Okay. So this is developed in a ABAP language. If you see here, there is a information we can see now. System, that is the system status. See here, there is a Oracle database we have now. Okay, this is the our SAP system which is connected with our Oracle system. Right, so this is nothing but your database system. Right. Okay, so we have a trans. If you see here, there is a box is there. This is nothing but your command line. Okay, it's a simple one where we can say as a T code we can enter. So, for example, IC38, where we can create the SAP programs, ABAP programs. Okay, IC38. Enter. See, is nothing but your ABAP editor, where we can create the our applications. For example, reports. Right? Reports include all these things. Executable program or non-executable executable program we can create here. Okay, and now see if I want to create one program, so which is always start with the Z est. Let's go. for example, okay, which is always start with the Z, otherwise which is start with the Y. Okay, if you come to the slide, see, if you want to create the custom programs, so always which is start with the Z and the Y. Okay, there is some example, see, Z and whatever the name you want to give, you can give it here. Okay, and which is the Y, which is start with the Y and give the name, right? If it is not start with the Z and Y, means what? Actually it is nothing but your standard applications which is already available in our SAP system. Okay, so let me create the one program, G test demo, create it, give the title, demo program, executable program, save it into the local objects. Okay, so this screen is nothing but your editor, okay, where we can create our programs. For example, I want to print some data, I want to fetch some data from the tables. Okay, suppose select star from okay, table underscore okay, and this is nothing but a declaration where we can declare the variables, internal tables. I'll explain you all these things when we start with our regular sessions. So this is nothing but we can call as a internal table. Idea final, we can say okay, table of. So this is nothing but your internal table declaration. In this, which is not executable now, and this is nothing but we can say selecting the data from database tables. Database table. Okay. See, this is the data declaration actually. It's just like a variables. It's a internal table. Internal table is nothing but which is hold the record at a runtime. Okay, which is hold the record at a runtime. Whenever we execute this particular program, it will hold the record at a runtime in a tabular format. Multiple records they can hold it. Okay, and if you see here, there is a query. Select query is there. Okay, is nothing but your syntax. Select star. Star is nothing but your fields. Okay, let me create the new one window. C11, okay, where we can create the tables, we can see the tables. Okay, so this is nothing but your command, or we can say it's a T code in a SAP. So SE11, just enter it. See, it's a database tables, if which is already available, which is not start with the Z and Y, is nothing but your standard table. Okay, which is start with the Z, or otherwise it's start with the Y, is nothing but your custom variable, so custom tables. Okay, so it's a standard one now. Let me go to the display. See, these are the fields which are available in this particular table. If I see this data, this, see, these are the data. Okay, and what I am doing now in this query actually, select query. So select star. Star is nothing but your, I am selecting all these fields. These are the fields. Okay, how many fields are there? There is a 147 fields are there, right? So I am selecting all the fields from which table. It's a table name. What is the table name? VBAK. It's a table. Okay, it's a standard table for the sales document. Header data is there. Okay, and after that into table, I am going to store this all this information into the tables, internal table. Okay, which is hold the data at a runtime only, which is not holding the data in our database layer, right? Which is holding the data at runtime only. So we already declare about this internal table. And up to 10 rows. 10 rows means what? Up to 10 rows. If I execute this data, see, up to 10 rows, whatever it is. Okay? It's a 10 rows. So I'm selecting all this first 10 rows only, and I want to display this particular record. And there is one class actually we normally use for the demo purpose. Inside that we can pass this. Now let me see, there is a options are there, so many options are there. If you see here, there is a pencil button just like a matchbox. uh, Mastics are there, right? Just activate it. It's an activation button. um, here second 4. Okay, fine. So it's not supporting now. We can do one thing. Okay, so we normally use for the loop of VBAK. It's a table into work area VBAK, and end loop. See, this is the simple loop. Loop means one after another. Actually, I am going to one by one. I am going to reading this data into work area. Okay, let me define the work area. What is the work area now? VBAK, right? VBAK. Okay. So work area means which is hold the single record at runtime. Which is hold the multiple records. Right? Records. Now I am looping this and I am writing this table as a write statement to writing the output. This fields now. So take this. Yeah. Slash. Okay. So by using the write statement, we are writing this all this information on the screen. Okay, let me activate this now, right? And after that, let me execute it. This is the execution button. F8 you can directly press, otherwise there is an option. So click on this. See, these are the data which is available into this particular table. See, okay. So this is the demo purpose actually. So we can after that we can modify all these things information. We can do it. क्लियर है? समझ में आ रहा है? अश्विनी, भट्टू, दर्शना, साक्षी, स्मिता, getting or not? Easy things are there. Yes, yes. आवाज नहीं आ रही, क्या बोल रहे हो? अच्छा ऐसा है क्या? ठीक है, आपको ये समझ में आया क्या पहले? आपने ये क्या किया बट? ठीक है। अच्छा ठीक है, यहाँ पे हमने डेटा डिक्लेरेशन किया, ठीक है, जिसमें एक्चुअली इट्स अ इंटरनल टेबल, जिसे हम बोलते हैं इंटरनल टेबल। फाइन, ओके। सो मीन्स इंटरनल टेबल इज नथिंग बट कि जिसमें मल्टीपल रिकॉर्ड इसमें आएंगे, ओके। एंड दिस इज नथिंग बट यूर वर्क एरिया, इसको बोलते हैं वर्क एरिया, जिसमें सिंगल रिकॉर्ड आएगा, ठीक है। जब भी हम इंटरनल टेबल को रीड करते हैं, वेन एवर वी आर रीडिंग दिस डेटा फ्रॉम इंटरनल टेबल टू वर्क एरिया, पहले हम वर्क एरिया में उसको लेते हैं, ठीक है। उसके बाद फिर हम इसको आगे जाके राइट करते हैं। राइट इज नथिंग बट कि जहाँ पे हम उसको डिस्प्ले कर रहे हैं, स्क्रीन पे डिस्प्ले कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। लेट मी एग्जीक्यूट इट अगेन। अगर मैं इसको फिर से एग्जीक्यूट करता हूँ तो ये वाला जो डेटा है, ठीक है, ये ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है, विच इज इन आवर टेबल। ये टेबल में ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है इसी ईयर। ये अपना डेटा था, राइट, सॉरी टेबल था, एंड इनसाइड दैट वी हैव दिस रिकॉर्ड्स। ये टेबल है एक्चुअली, ठीक है। टेबल में क्या होता है, मल्टीपल रिकॉर्ड्स। ये जो टेबल है एक्चुअली विच इज स्टोर इन आवर डेटाबेस लेयर, जो अपना डेटाबेस लेयर है यहाँ पे, ठीक है। यहाँ पे हमने वो टेबल स्टोर है ऑलरेडी, विच इज अ स्टैंडर्ड वन, जो स्टैंडर्ड है ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है, उसको स्टैंडर्ड बोलते हैं, ठीक है। सो नाउ लेट्स कम टू द सिस्टम। ये जो डेटा है वो अपने डेटाबेस में स्टोर है, तो मुझे क्या चाहिए था एक्चुअली, मुझे यहाँ से डेटा रीड करना था, ठीक है। मुझे यहाँ से डेटा रीड करना था, इसके लिए मैंने क्या किया, यहाँ पे एक छोटा सा एक प्रोग्राम बनाया मैंने, ठीक है। उसमें से मैंने सभी फील्ड्स लिए, सभी फील्ड्स लेके फिर अप टू 10 रोज किया। मतलब क्या कि भाई मुझे पहले 10 जो रो है उसी का ही मुझे डेटा डिस्प्ले करना, डेटा फेच करना है एक्चुअली। फेच इज नथिंग बट रीडिंग द डेटा, ठीक है। एंड आफ्टर दैट दिस इज द लूप, वन बाय वन वो चलेगा अप टू 10 रोज। अभी मैं अगर यहाँ पे डिबगर लगाता हूँ, इट्स नथिंग बट यूर ब्रेक पॉइंट। लेट मी पुट द ब्रेक पॉइंट। इसको अभी देखते हैं बैकग्राउंड में कैसे चलता है, ठीक है। लेट मी एग्जीक्यूट, ठीक है। अभी यहाँ पे हमने क्या किया था, यहाँ पे हमने इसमें से डेटा लिया, VBA के ये टेबल था अपना, राइट। सो नाउ इफ यू गो इनसाइड दिस, सी कितने रिकॉर्ड है यहाँ पे, 10 रिकॉर्ड आए हैं, राइट, 1 2 3 4 5 अप टू 10, करेक्ट। ये हमने सिलेक्ट स्टार किया था, इसलिए ये क्या किया, इसने सभी जितने भी फील्ड्स थे अपने 147 समथिंग इज देयर ना, तो उसने क्या किया, सभी ये फेच करके लाया, वहाँ से रीड करके लाया। उसके बाद हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, IT_VBA के कितने रिकॉर्ड्स इसमें, 10 है, राइट। अगर मैं इसको वर्क एरिया देखता हूँ, वर्क एरिया मतलब क्या, सिंगल रिकॉर्ड इसको होल्ड करेगा, राइट, एट अ रन टाइम। अगर मैं इसको एग्जीक्यूट करता हूँ F5, अभी इसमें डेटा आ जाएगा इनटू वर्क एरिया में। इफ यू गो इनसाइड दिस, सी, ठीक है, इसमें डेटा आ गया। अभी ये हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, क्यों कर रहे हैं ये वर्क एरिया, क्योंकि इसमें से डेटा डायरेक्टली हम रीड नहीं कर सकते, इसलिए क्या करना पड़ता है, वर्क एरिया में लेना पड़ता है, उसके बाद फिर हम उसको डिस्प्ले कर सकते हैं, लाइक दैट, ठीक है। मैं करता हूँ इसको इफेक्ट, सी दिस इज अवर डेटा नाउ। समझ में आ रहा है? अभी थोड़ा हिंदी में थोड़ा मेरा इतना भी अच्छा नहीं है। ओके फाइन, दर्शना, साक्षी, स्मिता, राइट, अदिति, गेटिंग, Gotu, okay fine, okay. So this is the part of a demo only. So when we come to the regular lectures, so we start from this RICEF, if you see here, see, okay. तो यहाँ से हम लोग स्टार्ट करेंगे, R से स्टार्ट करेंगे, F तक रहेगा, ओके। सो दिस इज नथिंग बट यूर ABAP, एडवांस बिजनेस एप्लीकेशन प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज, ओके। आ रहा है समझ में सभी को, राइट। आई होप यू गेटिंग ऑल दिस थिंग्स, राइट, इजी थे। और भी इजी लगेगा वेन एवर वी स्टार्ट विद आवर रेगुलर लेक्चर, तो उसमें और भी समझ में आ जाएगा एक्चुअली। यस, प्रोग्रामिंग ही करना है एक्चुअली अपने को। तो उसमें क्या होता है एक्चुअली, वी हैव अ डिफरेंट प्रोफाइल एज वेल ओवर देयर, टेक्नो फंक्शनल, मतलब क्या होता है कि भाई उसको फंक्शनली भी आता है एंड टेक्निकली भी आता है. फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू सी हियर, हमने यहाँ पे एक हाईलाइट में देखा था, राइट, सी, ठीक है, ये टेक्निकल पर्सन था, ये फंक्शनल था, राइट. फंक्शनल क्या करता है, इंटरमीडिएट होता है बिटवीन द क्लाइंट एंड द टेक्निकल पर्सन. अगर आपको ये टेक्निकली भी आता है, सॉरी फंक्शनली भी आता है, कुछ एम एम एस डी एफ आई सी ओ जो भी आता है आपको, ठीक है, और अब भी आता है, सो दैट इज प्रोफाइल इज नथिंग बट यूर टेक्नो फंक्शनल प्रोफाइल, ऐसे, ठीक है. बट नॉर्मली हम लोग ज़्यादातर तो टेक्निकल में ही जाते हैं. अगर किसी ने अच्छे से सीख लिया तो दे विल गो विद द टेक्नो फंक्शनल लाइक दैट. एनी क्वेश्चंस? स्मिता, दर्शना, भटू, अश्विनी, अदिति, गेटिंग राइट? इजी था. हाँ. नहीं, टेक्निकल और फंक्शनल अलग अलग रहता है एक्चुअली. सी, फंक्शनल इज नथिंग बट कॉन्फ़िगरेशन एक्चुअली. अगर आपको नॉलेज अच्छा है उसका, सपोज देर इज अ लाइफ साइकिल ऑल्सो देयर, ठीक है, एम एम की लाइफ साइकिल अलग है, कुछ एच डी की अलग है, एफ आई सी ओ की अलग है, राइट. अगर आप सिर्फ एम एम में ही काम कर रहे हो एज ए टेक्निकली, एम एम का ही आप ऑब्जेक्ट ले रहे हो, मटेरियल मास्टर आपका पूरा मतलब अच्छे से हो गया है, सो यू कैन कंसिडर एज अ टेक्नो फंक्शनल योर सेल्फ, ठीक है. तो वो अपने आप ही आ जाएगा आपको, डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. हाँ, जब भी आप रियल वर्क करोगी ना, सो दैट टाइम यू विल गेट द सम ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट फ्रॉम द एम एम एस डी एफ आई सी ओ ई डब्ल्यू एम लाइक दैट, ठीक है. तो अगर आप उसको एक्सपर्टाइजली कुछ कर रही हो, ठीक है, उसमें, सो दैट टाइम यू आर कंसिडर एज अ टेक्नो फंक्शनल. ओके. तो आपने उसमें कैसा होता है एक्चुअली, यू आर स्ट्रॉन्ग विद द टेक्निकली एज वेल एज द फंक्शनल, इज नथिंग बट योर टेक्नो फंक्शनल. ओके, फाइन. एनी क्वेश्चंस? छोटू, समजलंय? सगळे मराठी आहेत का? फाइन, ठीक है. सो एनरोल युअर सेल्फ, देन वी कैन स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द आई थिंक नेक्स्ट वीक आपण करू शकतो. इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड देन वी कैन गो विथ दैट, ठीक है. चलो, ओके देन, चलो, थैंक यू, ऑल द बेस्ट, बाय.